Друга стріла 10-та Оріон. Оріон.
Russians are trying to understand whether they will now have to raise money for Mavic drones for North Korean soldiers. While rumors are circulating online about the arrival of some Korean soldiers to assist the Russian army, I am tormented by the question: has anyone told them about the drone war? Have they been taught to use Mavic and FPV drones? Have enough copters been provided? So that in a month or two, we don't end up seeing a video of some Roma Saponikov passing Starlinks and drones to his Korean comrades, who then thank the Russian people for their support in broken Russian. A destroyed tank belonging to the Russian 155th Banzai Marine Brigade. It is reported to have been destroyed near Suzhda in the Kursk region.
Вообще выжег нахуй все. Вообще, блядь. Еще горит нахуй.
Ukrainian paratroopers managed to shoot down a Russian Orion drone in the Kursk Oblast. Drone was shot down by a unit of the 80th Separate Galician Air Assault Brigade, according to Ukrainian Air Assault Forces. Galician paratroopers shoot down a Russian Orion reconnaissance and strike a UAV in the sky over Kursk Oblast. Russia's newest reconnaissance and strike UAV, Orion, was landed by a crew of the Strela 10 anti-aircraft missile system. An unmanned aerial vehicle of this type is dangerous because it can not only conduct aerial reconnaissance, but also, armed with 4 air-to-ground missiles, is capable of striking ground targets, the paratroopers said. The maximum takeoff weight of the Orion is about 1 ton. The maximum flight duration is 30 hours, and the altitude is about 8,000 meters. The unmanned vehicle can carry a payload of up to 200 kilograms.
Стрела 10-та сбила Орион.
Ukrainian Chief of Staff, General Oleksandr Syrsky, named the main advantages of the Defense Forces operation in the Kursk Oblast. The Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of Ukraine shared that the transfer of combat operations to the enemy's territory prevented his offensive actions from the north. The operation also helped pull back the strongest Russian units to the Kursk Oblast. The exchange fund has been significantly replenished, and thousands of civilian lives in the border areas of Ukraine have been saved, Oleksandr Syrsky reported. The Commander-in-Chief also presented awards to the servicemen of the Ukrainian Air Assault Forces brigades for their participation in combat operations in the Kursk sector. I thank the soldiers for their high motivation, effective combat work, and resilience in winning victory for our country. I noted the professionalism and perseverance of our soldiers, sergeants, and officers on the battlefield, the general said. As previously reported, the order to move to the Kursk region was given to the Ukrainian forces by radio at dawn on August 6th. The quick breakthrough in the Kursk region was made possible by strict secrecy and actions without informing Western partners. The Russian response is now being felt more strongly, and with the loss of the element of surprise, the Ukrainian advance has slowed. Russia has reinforced its defense line with better trained units, including Marines and Special Forces. Grim new testament to the insane losses and reckless actions to which Russian commanders are sending their soldiers. This time, the focus is on the Kurakov direction, specifically the village of Maximilianivka, which was recently captured by Russian forces. Servicemen from the 174th Separate Reconnaissance Battalion of the 150th Motorized Rifle Division reported being forcibly reassigned to the 102nd Regiment without their consent. The commander warned them that he would kill them all, send them to their deaths, personally nullify them, weld them up in an armored personnel carrier, and send them to Kurakov. This is not the first incident. Previously transferred personnel to the 102nd Regiment have either been killed or reported missing.
Alexander Albertovich served in the reconnaissance battalion of the 174th 150th Division. Prior to this conscript service in the 10th Special Forces Brigade, came through mobilization on September 22nd with the draft notice like I was, served in the reconnaissance battalion, have awards, battle wounds. We've been transferred to the 102nd Regiment now, without our knowledge, just like that. And they came at 9 in the morning, told us to pack our things and move. We moved into their location. They took our phones, took everything, the documents. Then they sent us to another location where they reside. There, under the commander's threat that we'd all be sent to slaughter, that he'd personally obliterate us, take us down in armored vehicles, and send us to Kurakovo. Those are his exact words. There are voice messages. The whole reconnaissance battalion was just disbanded. The chief of staff told us to mount the equipment on tanks to Maximilianovka. It was under occupation. Everyone refused to go. They said we'll walk. Anyway, he got agitated, had a bite to eat and said, "The whole battalion is deserters, you'll all die." Started distributing everyone to different posts. And who exactly ordered the disbanding of the battalion? The head of intelligence. The division, as I understand it, right? Yes, the division. And where did you receive your medals? What medals do you have? Medal for Courage and St. George's Cross. And where did you receive them? Well, we were at Marinka, then we were at Bakhmut, and now we're back to Marinka. Did they threaten you again in the 102nd Regiment? Yes, personally, there are voice messages that they'd cripple us like dogs, shoot us, put us in armored vehicles, and send us to Kurakovo. Did the entire battalion end up in the 102nd Regiment? Not the whole, but partly. They scattered everyone. Most ended up in the 102nd Regiment. There's no contact with them, right? No, their phones are taken. As far as I heard, there was another incident. They were taken by the 102nd Regiment. The guys didn't all return, correct? Yes, one returned alive. And the others they all killed. Others are missing in action. Some were killed or wounded. So, they just sent them to the slaughter? Yes, I see. We do not refuse to complete the combat mission. But when you are explicitly told, we will kill you, maim you, beat you, and entrap you, and send you. But, excuse me, we're not fulfilling such commands. For the sake of our safety, this is our life. That's the threat from the command. We just made the decision and left the unit autonomously. Now you've basically fled from there, left, deserted the unit and ruined it. I have a direct threat to my life from my command. And are you asking for help from everyone in the military prosecutor's office? Yes. Everything that's happening in the 150th Division. Understood. Everything.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Also, if you want to support Warthog Defense, please become our member and get early access to new videos, exclusive members-only videos, and become administrator in comment section. The membership link is in the description.
Rescues every day. We had a guy last week at 6 rescues in 6 days. You know, he's doing the job every day.